This is the former chairperson of the Central Board of Film Certification and former filmmaker as well, now making a comeback in announcing his next project. Pahlaj Nihalani says that he is making a film on the liquor baron Vijay Mallya. The film is to be based on Vijay Mallya's lifestyle, and actor Govinda also making a comeback here with his filmmaker who's given him several hits in the past. Govinda would be playing the main lead, would be playing the role of Vijay Mallya. Well, this is the next in line as far as Pahlaj Nihalani here is concerned. We would try to get in touch with him and seek his answers on what exactly inspired him to make a whole film on Vijay Mallya, not just about his past of being a business person, but remember current status here with several pushing for him to be called an absconder, taking multiple crore rupees of loans from a consortium of banks and running away from the country, escaping the clutches of Indian law. The Indian government is now fighting an extradition case in the UK. Is the latest here coming in as far as Pahlaj Nihalani here is concerned. Of course, he's been in the news in several controversial statements that he's made in the past at a time when he was the CBFC chief, a former filmmaker and former CBFC chief. He's making his comeback in movies. Pahlaj Nihalani deciding to make a film on Vijay Mallya, inspired by the life of the businessman. Also important to note here, now largely known as an absconder. He has run away by taking multiple crore rupees of loans from a consortium of Indian banks and has gone running away from the clutches of Indian law. The government of India is now fighting an extradition case to have him back here to be grilled by the CBI, by the Enforcement Directorate, in all the multiple charges here that he's been facing. Our correspondent Himanshi getting us further inputs here on what is so glorious about Vijay Mallya, that you have Pahlaj Nihalani here taking this decision in making a film on the businessman's life.
Well, absolutely, sir. We've always seen that what Mallya is really famous for. You know, we know about the Mallya calendar as well. We've seen his life journey. Very interesting, though, that now the former CBFC chief has come out to say that he is making finally a movie about his whole life. There'll be several things which we'll be able to see only when the movie gets released, because there are so many controversies surrounding Vijay Mallya. Really, so this whole feeling and the appearance of the movie will be basically on the song sequence, will be completely based on the Kingfisher sequence. So that is what we're getting to know. But further, we'll wait for the movie to come out. What all controversies surrounding Vijay Mallya will be really revealed. Back to you.
That's right, Himanshi. But the fact that we're raising this issue, it's also about a question of glorifying on who is now largely being seen as an absconder, on running away with several crores of rupees, taking this loan from a consortium of banks, unable to pay it back, and absconding from the country.
Well, absolutely, sir. Definitely, we know that he is an absconder. We don't know if it's glorifying or, making, that there's a freedom to make movies on whatever we want to. So obviously, when it comes to movies, when it comes to cinema, there is absolute freedom. But yes, there is a controversy surrounding this particular movie, which is starring Govinda as the main lead character, that whether this is absolutely glorification of such an absconder who has cheated basically the whole country.
That's right. Fair point there, Himanshi. Not sure whether he's going to be showing him in positive light or perhaps in bad light for the manner in which, of course, current status here being of Vijay Mallya. This is going to be a comeback here, not just for Pahlaj Nihalani, but also a comeback in the lead role for actor Govinda as well. The two, of course, have shared several hits in the past in the 90s. Okay, we're also going to try to get in a word here from the filmmaker Pahlaj Nihalani himself, apart from getting in some other reactions from the film industry as far as choosing to make a film with a protagonist on the life of Vijay Mallya. Remember, as far as Vijay Mallya today is concerned, while he's had several successes in the past of being a very successful businessman, today largely being seen as an absconder. Let's get in that word from Mr. Pahlaj Nihalani. Appreciate you being with us, Mr. Nihalani. In your view, help us understand what is it about his life that has inspired you to make a film on him?
See, first of all, I'm not making any kind of subject is on life of Vijay Mallya, or not bankruptcy or any kind of sort of his personal life. I have just inspired his character, which is he's playing the colorful person in the industry list. I have inspired by the industry and the MP, which he has been conducting himself and presenting himself like colorful man. So I have presented it taken from the character, not the storyline. My storyline is completely different. It's a character So I have taken inspired by the character of his lifestyle. Hello.
All right, but Mr. Nihalani, his lifestyle also includes. Yes, we can hear you, Mr. Nihalani. His lifestyle there also includes of not just having led a very colorful life there, but also having run away with crores of money of bank loans by a consortium of Indian banks.
Yeah, but that is not I have taken of somebody's personal life of any bankruptcy or any, and this is a kind of concern, and as an Indian citizen of this country, so it's a completely government job to bring him back. Bank is a bank job, and he has done a wrong thing. I'm not concerned. I'm not given this kind of thing which I have projected him like that. So I'm not glorifying this character. Only I have taken his lifestyle. जिस तरह से बोलते हैं ना कि अपना गैस का सिलेंडर और विजय माल्या का कैलेंडर जो है हमेशा आग ही आग फैलाता है. मेरा कलर लाइट जो है ना उसकी पर जो है उस तरह से कलर है मेरी फिल्म का, नथिंग एल्स.
All right, but Mr. Nihalani, I know how this is largely being seen. Do you think is it fair? Of course, it is a filmmaker's independent decision here. But do you think it is fair to be inspired by someone's lifestyle in putting it across in a glorious manner? As you say, he's led a very colorful lifestyle.
If you can make the movie on the Bandit Queen, if you can make the film on the Dacoit, if you can make on the such people, which is not required in the country or required in the society. So that's we are making the film. We have to take the right decision and write the right characters which appeal to the public. In the end, they should realize the wrong cannot be right and right cannot be wrong. So definitely I am projecting my subject.
Right, but sir, Mr. Nihalani, let me ask you this question, please. I'm going to be asking you this question not as what you say, you are now an independent filmmaker. What if you were sitting in the CBFC chief's chair today? Would you have allowed such a film to be released? Because you have taken a high moral ground in the past in several instances as the CBFC chief, saying that this is right, this is wrong. What if someone turns around and questions you that you are wrong in making a film inspired by someone like Vijay Mallya?
First of all, I'll let you know.
You're talking about the independence of a filmmaker today, but you weren't doing that a few years ago.
Let me, because today also I'm responsible as a filmmaker, and previously also I was responsible as a CBFC chairperson. Okay, CBFC is not for that which people, which maker is making what. It's the only, they have objects in CBFC, is the only can take the things out or give the suggestion to modify the film with there is something wrong in the film, in the projection is wrong.
But Mr. Nihalani, in the past you have taken a very high moral ground as the CBFC chief, and even outright banning the release of films such as Lipstick Under My Burqa, saying that this is showing too much of a women's lib issue, it will not be released. What if someone turns around today and says that your film inspired by Vijay Mallya does not deserve to be released because he's a criminal, he's an absconder, and the government of India is fighting for his extradition? How do you justify yourself as a filmmaker's independence today when in the past you had tried to rein in issues that have been addressed in movies earlier while you were the CBFC chief?
I appreciate your concern about the thing, लेकिन जो है इसके अंदर कंटेंट ऐसा है नहीं जो विजय माल्या की लाइफ से जो मिलता होगा. मैंने कहा लाइफ स्टाइल, जरूरी नहीं है कि मेरे फैमिली एंटरटेनर, और मतलब जो ना इट कैन नॉट बी seen without seeing how you can compare with the dirty film which I have not liked as a filmmaker, or whether it's an audience as a film chief, chairperson of that, because I have seen that movie. It is against my principle, against my everything. So don't mention a name of the book.
That's right.
Because
no, but there have been very vulgar films that are entitled to your that have been made by you, very vulgar films that have been funded by you in the late 90s and early 90s, and shockingly you have made them, which is why it was equally shocking to have you ban films of the past few years as the CBFC chief. It will be interesting to see if someone today turns around and says, Mr. Pahlaj Nihalani, you cannot release a film inspired by the lifestyle of Vijay Mallya because today he's an absconder. The government of India is fighting for his extradition. It's interesting now, the tables have turned. You're speaking as an independent filmmaker today, fighting for your rights as an independent filmmaker and justifying your stand in making a film on Vijay Mallya. We appreciate you speaking with us on this.